Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Ask Dr. Bob. And I had a really busy week going here and there. It's amazing how much you can get done in a day's time, and I look forward to these Ask Dr. Bobs every week to make a difference in your life, and we really thoroughly enjoy all the questions that you continue to ask us either through emails or Facebook comments or YouTube comments. Keep it coming our way. I watched your video and you're discussing sleep difficulties, and it sounds as if it may need more calciums. Are there foods that I can eat to get more calcium? And that is an excellent question, because people always want to take something, but they don't always think about the fact that what they eat could make an impact on their lives. So here are great sources of calcium: sesame seeds, almonds, and kale. Now you have to be really watchful, because you could eat too many almonds and put on some weight. You may consider taking calcium lactate or citrate 2 or 3 before you go to bed at night if you have difficulty eating foods with calcium in them. My mother's in the first stages of dementia. Do you have any recommendations to slow or reverse the process? And I think you're going to hear more and more about dementia and Alzheimer's in the future. A couple thoughts. I've read articles about coconut oil, and we've done tips on coconut oil. Coconut oil, from my research, definitely helps improve cognitive thinking and memory. So do avocados. I personally eat at least 1/4 of an avocado every day. I'd encourage you to possibly do a tablespoon or 2 of coconut oil. Avocado would be awesome. And then oil. You know, in the last couple months we've been talking about the essential fatty acid blood spot test. It's an excellent test, and if your DHA is low, it's a body signal to me that you may have an oil issue, and it could in fact help slow the breakdown of your brain. If your family member or your loved one uses drugs like a proton pump inhibitor, in other words, they are taking drugs that stop some of their digestive distress, those same meds stop the absorption of minerals inside of your body, which in turn can impact dementia and Alzheimer's. Now here's a very interesting question. How can we avoid and or treat the symptoms of Lyme disease? Lyme disease, especially if you're on the East Coast, is almost epidemic. I want you to know that I take a product called Agricept L every day. I take 10 drops every day. Now I'm not going to sit here and tell you that if you get bit by a tick that Agricept will help prevent that from causing an issue in your body, but it is serious. Especially if you get that bullseye mark, that red mark on your body after you think you've been bitten by a tick. And I have a friend of mine that actually the tick was on a fly, and I've heard that ticks can be on mosquitoes. So I just want you to be aware of that. Now I normally don't tell people to take antibiotics, but one friend of mine who was definitely very concerned, a very influential human being, took the antibiotics, and I believe that if he didn't do that he would have a major challenge, because his sister-in-law did not do anything, and she's nearly in a wheelchair right now. There are blood tests that you can do. It's very serious. I take Agricept L every day. Dr. Bob, I recently read an article indicating that some pain syndromes are eased with the use of iodine. Do you agree with this? And if so, how much iodine would be necessary? Well, I want you to know I take 12 milligrams of iodine every day. Iodine helps the absorption of calcium in your body, because iodine helps your thyroid gland that has everything to do with calcium. Kind of interesting when you start to think about that. So iodine is important for proper thyroid function. The thyroid has a lot to do with being a gas pedal in your body, helps calcium. So iodine also is a natural antiseptic. So you could have some challenges with maybe chronic infection in your body, and you really need iodine, which kind of will segue me into the next question. I've started losing a lot of hair on a daily basis. What would be causing this, and how should I treat it? It's probably another epidemic that's occurring in our society today. It's hair loss. And I know that I see on TV they have all these advertisements for hair loss, and there's so many ways and reasons that you can have hair loss, but you want to make sure you're doing enough oil. taking optimal EFAs, but you want oil. Oil is important for your hormonal system. I take 12 milligrams of iodine every day. I know that's helped my hair loss. I also use enough protein. Protein is really important for just optimal function of your whole body, because hair essentially is connective tissue, and it's also a source of protein. So you need protein for hair. Hair is protein. So it all just kind of works hand in hand with each other. And I hope that made a difference for somebody, especially the oil and the iodine. Since I don't live close to your location, I'm looking for a natural health doctor or a chiropractor in my area. What questions should I ask to determine the best doctor for my family? Well, first you want to find out if they treat the whole body. Do they take care of just the spine? Well, diet and nutrition is a part of it. So you want to have someone that's multifaceted. Do they have access to do blood tests and assessments of body fluids or body parts? Because that will give your healthcare provider a guidepost, a map of what you need to do. Because see, not all natural health doctors have the licensure in their state that allows them to do that. We have clients from all over the United States that we communicate with, that we send blood test requisitions with to help make a difference. You want to just see if they're willing to help you make appropriate lifestyle changes. You don't want to just go to a healthcare provider that's going to start prescribing vitamins. You know that taking vitamins is no different than taking drugs if you're not willing to make lifestyle changes. Dr. Bob, it's starting to cool down and get cloudy here in the north. At what point should I start taking vitamin D, and how much? Well, first what I would suggest that you do is maybe have a vitamin D test. Your vitamin D level should be 40. I want you to know that I take between 2,000 and 3,000 international units of vitamin D every day, and sometimes up to 2 or 3 drops on a regular daily basis year-round. It might come back a little bit on during the summertime. So vitamin D is important because it helps calcium absorption. You should probably start right around October 1st, which is going to be here in a very short time period. Excellent questions. Vitamin D is important. Iodine is important. If you have any questions about what levels are going on inside of your body, contact us. We're here to make a difference for you. Please watch our posts. Please make comments. Please pass this information on. It could be a matter of life or death for someone in your life. See you next time.